Hello everybody, Squirrelface here with another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing a very disturbing, fucked up film, and that is the first entry in the American Guinea Pig series called Bouquet of Guts and Gore. Um, I've actually owned this for years, but I decided to finally watch it because the second one came in the mail, and I'll do a review of that one, of course, too. So I felt like I needed to watch it now more than ever, and I'm glad I finally did. Um, Obviously, anyone who comes to my channel probably knows what the guinea pig movies are. The very messed up, gory Japanese movies that were very popular in Japan and it became like a cult thing here. It just have a huge reliance on gore over anything else, and it's just kind of a display case of gore, and it's certainly the case here. This film very much falls in the vein of those films as well, and it's basically just a pseudo snuff film where two girls are kidnapped and a snuff crew, I suppose you could call them, decides to do their stuff, and we get to watch. So yeah, it's basically a pseudo snuff movie. Um, there's some pretty famous people in this movie, though. Stephen Byro, the head of Unearthed Films, is the writer and the director of this movie. Um, Marcus Koch, Coach, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He was the director of 100 Tears and did films like Shock 2000 and Snuff Perversions and a lot of other stuff. Those are kind of more obscure titles. He does some of the special effects here. Um, and Eight the Chosen One is the actor in this movie. Eight the Chosen One being kind of a YouTube star in the horror community. And also Jim Van Bever. Yeah, Jim Van Bever is in this movie. That's how you say his name. And he's an interesting guy as ever. And he has an acting role in this movie, as well as I believe he's director of photography. Yes, I got that right. Cool. And you know, having a team like that together really helps like pull a film like this together, and definitely shows that there's a lot of care and love into this movie. And that sounds very bizarre, but you can tell that they tried their asses off with this one. There were, as with all films like this, there were some times when the special effects were a little bit cheap. I'm not going to try to ruin any of them because some of the special effects were really impressive. But sometimes like you wouldn't hear the sound when you really should. There'd be kind of distorted shots because it's shot on camera, stuff like that. To mask the cheap budget. Because let's face it, these films have a cheap budget, but they make the best of what they got. And for the most part, this film does make the best of what it's got. It does a very good job of that. Um, yeah, the special effects in general though are pretty good. Um, and there is a little bit more of a story to this than initially meets the eye, but it's really not. It's just like two scenes, basically two or three scenes, and but it all ties together with the end of the film, and that is truly yeah, it's horrifying. It's more alluded to. It's not graphic at all, but just the idea is very creepy, and something that really ties together this whole movie. Jesus, in general, is the atmosphere, which is very it's just dark and it's eerie and it's nihilistic and it's just yeah. I mean, it's everything that this a film like this should be. There's little bits of really dark humor, like dark, I guess, for story purposes rather than for our actual enjoyment. They're making like sexual comments during these scenes, and it's very disturbing. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but yeah, check out this movie. If you're into movies that push your limits, you've seen other pseudo snuff films, you've seen other extreme films, you want to see how this stacks up. I'd recommend it. Yeah, personally, the special effects were pretty good for the most part, and yeah, it had a good atmosphere to it that really helped push the film forward. And it's really not that long of a film either, but it is definitely kind of an exercise in how much you can take, because it's pretty relentless. When the gore hits, it's just nonstop as soon as that 20-minute mark hits. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend watching this movie. I believe it's cheap enough now that you can get this pretty. Yeah, I probably shouldn't show that. You can get this, pretty awesome limited edition off of Amazon or Honor Films or wherever for pretty not too expensive now. And yeah, guys, I'll be reviewing the next entry in the series, which I'm looking forward to watching as well. Yeah, this has been another review from Squirrel Face. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. And yeah, have a good day, guys.